What's up, guys? For today's knife review, we're talking about a knife from Cold Steel that really needs no introduction. This is the Recon 1 in both finishes. We've got the DLC, which is diamond light coating finish right here. Both of them are spear point blades. That's my favorite style of blade. And the satin finish. Absolutely beautiful. Just a quick disclaimer, the satin finish version is not available in United States. This is a what's the name of the store? Blades Canada exclusive. So if you want this and you live in the States, you'll have to order it via Blades Canada. But going on to the talking points, starting off with price. So for the DLC version, which is the one readily available in the United States, you're looking at around $90. And for the Blades Canada exclusive, out the door after taxes and shipping, I paid 178 Canadian dollars. I think exchanging that to US dollars is around 130, a ballpark. If you're comfortable with paying $130 for this knife, then you'll have no problem. Next item is fit and finish. So no complaints with fit and finish. These are working knives. They're meant to be used and abused, so not the best finish. Actually, you know what? No, I retract that statement. It's perfectly fine fit and finish. I have no complaints with it. I think that the satin version is a little bit better as far as quality, overall quality goes, but I have no complaints for either of them. Next item is the blade. So both of these ones are in S35 VN, which is an absolutely fantastic blade steel. Let's see if you can see that. Yep. Yeah, no complaints with S35 VN. And for the blade design, you've got the spear point. They have multiple styles of blades for the Recon 1. This is just my personal favorite, and they come dangerously sharp and ready to take on any tasks. Next item is the handle and liners. So for the handle, you've got this ridiculously grippy G10 handle. This is unique for Cold Steel, I think. I wish they toned down the grippiness just a smidge, if you will. The biggest issue with the grippiness is that with the pocket clip, it's gonna tear up your pockets like nothing else. But aside from that, I mean, for practicality, you're not gonna lose this knife while you're holding it. It's going to stay firmly secure in your hand, so that's a definite plus. As you can see, you've got the two choils for your finger, and it just makes it extremely ergonomic for carry. And as for liners, there are no liners. The only metal that you have in this knife is the blade itself and this back piece for the locking mechanism. But not having liners is not an issue, especially with Cold Steel knives. They are extremely strong, extremely durable. As I've said many times in my previous videos, there's really nothing you can do to damage the handle here outside of, gross abuse or torture tests. Alright, next item is lockup. I'm not going to say anything. It's the triad lock. For those of you that don't know, the triad lock is fantastic. Absolutely no blade play whatsoever. And if there was any knife, or if there was any locking mechanism that was going to survive the apocalypse, it would be the triad lock. Next item, does it carry well? Ergonomics, weight, comfort, etc. So as I said before, ergonomics is fantastic. These finger choils are perfectly spaced to just sit in the palm of your hand. Barring anybody with like abnormally sized hands, for the average size hand, this is a perfect fit. Let's go straight to weight. the satin finish, we're looking at 5 1/4. Should be the same for the DLC. About 5 1/8. And the weight difference is most likely due to I don't have the pocket clip on this one. So we'll just say 5 1/4. So not the most light knife in the world, but it's perfectly fine for carrying. Alright, next item. Oh wait, going back to comfort. Yeah, super comfortable. No, my only complaint is the grippiness of the handle scales, but I think I've had the DLC coated version longer, and the handle scales are slowly but surely wearing down, so it's becoming more comfortable over time. This one is brand new in my collection, so it's still very grippy. But you know, you carry it every day and it'll get to that point where it's like that perfect level for you. Next item, is it worth the price? I think it's worth the price for the US version. I think $90, $80 to $90 is a perfectly reasonable price for a knife that comes in S35 VN blade steel, and it's just a knife that's going to survive you for the rest of your life and your, you know, following generations after you. This one, it just seems a little bit ridiculous that I have to pay $130 to $40 to get this version. I really wish they sold this in America, or not America, in the United States, because first of all, I think this version is much better. So I mean, good on Blades Canada for locking in this one as a Blades Canada exclusive, because this is just an absolutely beautiful knife. It is the Recon 1 perfected. Maybe for some of you out there, you prefer the black on black style, but to me, I think black on black is too much. I really like this color contrast, and it looks just real sharp and real slick. Granted, the fact that it is only available from Blades Canada makes it worth the price to me. The fact that I cannot buy this in the United States. If this was readily available in the United States, then yes, I think $130 is overpriced. But the fact that it's an exclusive, you know, I'll pay it. Should you buy if you're a collector, worker, etc.? Yes, yes, yes. This is a knife that has a reputation, a good reputation for a good reason. It really meets a lot of wickets for a lot of different people. I mean, it's tactical, it's functional, it's not too heavy, it carries good, it will survive anything. So yeah, I think you should buy it. Honestly, if you're watching this video, you probably already have it and you just need validation from someone else to tell you that you made a good choice. So I'm telling you, yes, you made a good choice. Of all the folding knives I have that I would take with me to the end of the world, this would be, you know, top 5 on that list. Next item, overall thoughts. So if I had to compare the two, if price is not an issue for you, hands down go with the satin finish. Because first of all, you know, this is subjective, but I think I'm correct in my opinion. It just looks so much better. And also, the action is a lot smoother. Maybe some of you don't have this issue, but for me, the action, first of all, when I first got this knife, it was super gritty. I had to play with it constantly to really work in the action so it was a bit smoother. But now, if you can hear that, it sounds like freaking fingernails on a chalkboard to me. I don't know if that's coming in through the mic. And I don't know if maybe that's just my knife, but, you know. And this is just a minor thing. I'm just saying, if I had to pick between the two, I would go with the satin finish. But, you know, they're all around, overall fantastic knives. One thing that I will say to praise the DLC version is this coating is freaking ridiculous. So before I even considered buying the satin finish one from Blades Canada, I was like, you know what, I'll just modify mine. So I took it apart and I bought the, epoxy coating remover and all that stuff, and then I soaked it in for hours on end, and nothing. No remover, no paint remover, alcohol, anything. Nothing is going to damage this coating. So once I realized that that wasn't going to work, I literally took a screwdriver and another knife, and I just took it to the blade and I started scraping it to scratch it off. And it was like nothing, not a scratch. I barely got some off, if you can see right there. And this was after about 30 minutes of just trying to, scratch the crap out of this coating. So whatever the hell Cold Steel is doing as far as their DLC formula or whatever, I don't know if it changes from different companies, but they did a good job on this one. It's like, it's almost as if there's no coating. It's just, this is the color of the blade steel. And maybe that's what DLC means, that they're just changing the actual molecular makeup of the steel itself to make it black. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying this DLC coating is fantastic. But that's all I really got to say. If you have the money, I say go with the satin finish. It looks fantastic. Action is so smooth. Oh shit, that was horrible. Sorry about that. Yeah, it just comes out like a dream. You can hold it like this and reverse hold and flick it out. I'm sorry, it's kind of difficult to do this looking through the viewfinder, but you're just gonna have to take my word on the action. But yep, that's it. I hope you liked this video. I hope that it helps you with your next knife purchase. Thanks for watching, and tune in for my next episode. Alright, bye.